Hi everyone, Ian from DIY Home and Gardening, and little project today is to build a new guinea pig run. So yeah, more construction based I suppose. Nothing too technical, but I'll show you what the problem is. So you've probably all seen these, a little traditional guinea pig run, which is fine if you got small guineas. But that is Fudge, and he is massive. The door is falling apart, and that is Patch, and Patch is also a bit of a big boy. And you can see it's looking a bit tired now. The door doesn't sit square. Let me show you the size of Fudge. And you can just see that actually this is too big. Let's get him out. Let's show you the two of them. Two big boys. And if they don't have enough space, they start arguing. So the plan is to build a new outdoor run for them. So whilst these runs are sort of, well, I suppose a bog standard thing, they're not the cheapest in the world, but to go for something bigger, the money goes up quite a bit. So what I thought I'd do is do a style more like my cold frame, so a square unit, and instead of using the polythene around the edges, I've got a load of mesh. Go this way. So I've got a roll of mesh, so I'll use that to do the sides and the top with. My very crude sketch there of the guinea pig run. So got drill, screws, tape measure, saw, pencil, set square, and then I've got 5 sections of timber, 2.4 meters long, that I'm going to use, and it's about,
and it's wet wood.
So it's 22 millimeters one way and 38 the other, and then just something to rest on, and then I've got my little assistant as well. So first things first, start cutting the sections for the long parts. So they're going to be 1.4 meters long, so cut those sections, so if you're doing your tops and bottoms on each of the panel, and then you'll have offcuts to do the uprights. So that's what we'll do first. Right, uprights now cut, so time to start setting it out. So that's the sections of timber set out. So they will make our side panels, so I'll screw those together first, and then we can then do the other sections. So you can see that's the first panel screwed together. Literally just put in 2 screws on each joint. So yeah, first panel done. Repeat the process. So I actually found a short section of timber, well, just kind of in my wood pile out the back, so I'm going to use that to go with those sections and make up some individual panels for the end frames, rather than make it as a one solid lump. So slight modification, but it's not a big deal really. With the last remaining short sections that were left, I've put those to the middle, so equal distance, so that just sturdies up those side panels. It's just going to make sure that it's not going to twist, and it'll give you a little bit of rigidity before you start thinking about putting on the mesh. So now to start putting the mesh onto the frames, and for this I'm going to use staple gun, and then I've got some tin snips or lead snips. So yeah, unroll this, cut it to the right dimensions and then staple it in place. So I'm just setting it out, so that's where it's going to lay on the frame. You can see if you were to cut there, you'd end up with a jagged bit, so I'm going to end up cutting along that line and just using your tin snips, or you could use some wire cutters or pliers. Just want to cut neatly along the edge there and follow it the whole way down till you've done the length. There you have it, that's the first panel done. Another 3 to go. As you can see, sides all screwed together and mesh on, so nice and secure. And the intention was just to literally staple that section of mesh that I've cut already just onto the top. So, you know, when you wanted to get the guinea pigs, you just tip the whole thing up and get them out. However, the powers that be, namely the children and the wife, have decided that that's not what they want. They want it so that they can remove the top section. So yeah, I've had to go and get some more wood, so now I'm going to start make up some panels so that the mesh can be secured down in one location and removable in another, or something along those lines. So yeah, best laid plans. Right, so this is middle beam put in place as the compromise, I suppose, and then within this section here going to actually make an opening frame, or 2 opening doors is what's now been agreed upon. So yeah, got to try and construct that. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So essentially, just to avoid too much rambling, what I'm going to do is make 2 identical sized frames that will fit within the surrounds, using exactly the same method that we used to create the side panel frames to begin with. So you're just screwing one side to another to another to another. Once they're in place, or screwed together, check the sizing to make sure they sit nicely. Then we'll fix the mesh on top, just like exactly like we've done here, and then mount some hinges on. So first things first, to make the panels, and then I'll show you exactly how they're going to be fitted. So that's the first panel cut, and you can see it will rest about, well, when it's in place properly, it will come up to halfway. So then there'll be a second door that I've now got to just put the mesh over. Now I have both panels made up, and just raided the spares bits, so that will act as one stop to hold it in place. An old fencing bracket as another bit. So what you'll be able to do, if I can hold it up, you'll then see that when it's in place, it will rest quite snugly within there. So now all I need to do is get the hinges, which I'm now going to steal off the guinea pig hutch, the old one. Right, so here's the hard bit, actually trying to catch the guinea pigs to move them out whilst we take the hinges and the doors off.
This is Fudge. That's Pat, wherever he is.
Right. Having fixed the hinge onto this panel, we've now set it in place and just done a couple of pencil lines there, so then you know where to line it up with for taking the door back out. Let me show you. So you'll need to then line the hinge up with your markings, and that will be where you then screw to ensure that the panel fits correctly. So that's what we shall do now. As you can see, that's both doors now on, and once again raided the miscellaneous box in the shed, so a couple more fencing brackets, and there we are, and that's how they open. So yeah, it's taken about 4 hours to build that, which is a couple of hours longer than I thought it would take, but that's always the way. So having the doors on the top was extra add-on time, but yeah, definitely worked well. So that's the basic frame. Now we'll just yeah, you can put whatever you want inside it, make some shelters. So that's it, done. And there you are, Patch and Fudge in their new little home. Doing what they do best, eating. So thanks for watching the video, hope you liked it. A little bit more creative again. So it is designed as a guinea pig hutch, but I suppose if you scaled it up, then it could quite easily be suitable for keeping chickens in, or children, something else like that. But yeah, any questions or messages, please send them to me. I'll always respond back to you, and keep subscribing to the channel if you like what I'm doing. Don't forget to click for the reminder for when I do new videos, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.